Today's horoscope and tarot from Astrocademy, Capricorn March 7, 2022. The moon heads into your partnership sector for a couple of days, and you're more socially inclined. Even with Mercury retrograde, communicating and teaming or pairing up can be fruitful, and you might end up with a new perspective on a matter. There can be a fresh look at an old problem, or you find further use for a past idea. The Sun and Pluto are heading into a conjunction in your sign, stirring your instincts to grow, improve, and change. For best results now, aim to focus on what you can master. There is intensity to the day that you can use to your advantage, but watch for a tendency to fixate on problems. The moon is now beginning to reach her peak of fullness in Cancer via your committed 7th house of agreements, compromise, and significant others, highlighting everything from your ability to compromise to the foundation of a significant partnership. Ready to have the talk? Luna will form a harmonious trine to lucky Jupiter in Pisces, via your curious 3rd house of communication, thought process, and local community, which, in turn, encourages you to cultivate compassion and follow your intuition in the process. Holding space for your lover's emotional needs is also advised at this time, so open your heart. There could be some financial stressors coming to fruition as Mercury retrograde squares Uranus retrograde. An unexpected expense may have come up with creative endeavors. For example, it might be costlier than expected to reinvent your branding on or offline. There could be financial fluctuations associated with capitalizing on your hobbies and passions. Luckily, the square has pushed you to be more innovative with how you handle budgeting and funding your creative vision. Be open to any and all ideas when it comes to stabilizing your financial status. In his first full day in retrograde motion in your income sector, Mercury has come to a standstill, and with the Sun still 4 days away, this is a chance to stay in the moment. Mercury is looking back, but is yet to start moving back over ground already covered, while the Sun is yet to turn the solar spotlight onto your income situation, matters, and options. Your friends may come up with surprising proposals today. Trust your intuition and decide whether you want to go along with them. Their idea might seem a little strange at first. Don't turn it down, but check it out in detail. New opportunities may open up for you, reinvigorating your life. You're the captain of the ship for now, so make the most of it. You're more on the ball than most of your people, and you can score lots of bonus points if you have the moves. You no longer want to live in your dreams and memories. You feel like going out, getting to know new people and having some fun. Remain open to all new experience and pleasure entering your life. Giving in to these urges is good for you. Even if you don't find your ideal love, you never know where it may lead. Getting the most out of your private time starts with watching what you eat, so that any sudden changes don't make you feel uncomfortable. There is no reason why you shouldn't continue eating your basic 3 meals, with no snacks aside from fruit or veggies. With all the added stress nowadays, it is especially important to drink lots of water and stay away from dehydrating coffee and black tea. Although it may not feel like it, you have always been one of the main instructors in your family hierarchy. On a day like today, you will clearly see the impact you have had on your family, as well as the impact they have had on you. If you stop to ponder childhood memories today, you will see the active role you had in teaching your parents how to parent you. While they may have gone into it with a sink or swim approach, you were both their educator and student. Knowing that when they return to your work sector tomorrow, this will kick off the busiest, but also the most exciting 6 weeks of the year on the job front, Venus and Mars are working to make the most of their last full day in a fun, playful, romantic and creatively charged part of your chart. Still aligned, it is coincidence that sees Venus' 4-month visit end just as Mars' 6-week visit is also drawing to a close, with the planets of love and passion coming together to help each other out. The only danger that comes from not only having Venus and Mars in your romantic sector for so long but aligned for the last 3 weeks is complacency. This is the one thing that you don't have room for as Venus and Mars spend their last full day in your romantic sector. This comes just as the Sun and Jupiter put their joint focus on your relationships. Your tarot reading for today. Strength, the Chariot and the World. You would like to tell your friends what they should be doing in their lives. You like making them open their eyes about subjects that seem obvious to you. But, have you ever thought about what they may think about your interference? Mind your own business is perhaps something they have already said to you. You bet. Telling someone what they should do is often viewed poorly. This draw shows that you sometimes interfere too much in the lives of the people around you. It may be interesting to give your opinion sometimes, but beware not to offend them by imposing your way of doing things. Each person is different and uses what seems logical to themselves. You need to use a medicine dropper when you're giving advice, otherwise you run the risk that people will get cross and take offense. That may be what has happened to you recently. The cards show a recent event during which you may have offended someone with your words. This is the risk you run when you interfere too much in other people's lives. Advise, yes, but don't dictate. Would you like someone to tell you that you don't get out enough and you should be a bit more active? No. It's unpleasant. And this is understandable. So, don't forget, and don't do to others what you don't want them to do to you. By following this advice, you will calm your relationships with others and increase your social attractiveness. Our eyes in the sky. Avoid pushing yourself physically right now, and be mindful of your limits. Lean into love this evening, and the moon shares a sweet connection to romantic Venus. This cosmic climate is perfect for embracing your sensual side, and it can help you reconnect with your nearest and dearest. If you feel like you need a bit of cheering up, use this energy as an excuse to spoil yourself a tiny bit, but don't go overboard with spending. The tension that has built up throughout the day comes to a head tonight when Luna forms an alliance with Uranus, amplifying the opposition it shares with Mars. Pent-up aggression could find its way out now. If you find yourself on the receiving end of someone else's temper tantrum, try to defuse the situation diplomatically, or you could end up in some seriously hot water. Unexpected events take us by surprise, causing tensions to explode with those who we previously considered allies. The slightest criticism makes us feel like our honor is being attacked. Limitations are deemed threats to our freedom, and we will fight back recklessly rather than see ourselves trapped into someone else's design. This is classically an influence of accidents, primarily because we are distracted and lacking in focus. Take the morning a bit slower than you normally would.